welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. A Barcelona news roundup coming up for you today. We're going to be dissecting the latest rumours with regard to Barcelona. In particular, Tanguy Ndombele, who's been linked to Barcelona. Also, the rumoured Nelson Semedo and Joao Cancelo swap, along with the latest update and the most concrete update on the future of Philippe Coutinho. It's all coming up in extended fashion today, because many of you guys have said, could we have a bit more opinion from you? Could we hear your thoughts a little bit more? So in today's video, we've got the news and some opinion. It's all coming up for you guys. Let's do this. But if we start first and foremost with the front cover of Mundo Deportivo, which reads there, the 3 reinforcements plus Neymar Jr. So not much then, MD there, not really claiming that much is going to happen at Barcelona this summer, because they say that Barca will be pursuing a 9 in the current transfer window, coming there in the shape of Lautaro Martinez. They also say that Barcelona will be targeting a midfielder in the shape of either Fabian Ruiz or Ndombele, and also a centre-back will be targeted in the shape of Meccano, Felipe Luis, or Aymeric Laporte. Oh, and all of this in addition to the signing of Neymar. And I can't help feel as though here, you look at that cover from MD, you look at the names that they're throwing out there, I can't help feel as though that's a big cover to detract all the attention there away from what has been happening within the Barcelona board, the chaos that still is ongoing to this day. And I think anybody there with half a brain cell, you're going to be looking at that cover thinking, hang on a minute, Barcelona can't do all of that. Let's be realistic here. There's not the money at the club right now to make all of that happen, and that's why we're going to discuss some of those rumours in more detail. Because the one rumour in particular that I do want to delve much deeper into is Barcelona's reported interest there in Tanguy Ndombele, which is a rumour right now that simply will not go away. And I'm not only talking about this transfer window, because this is a midfielder here who is undoubtedly very, very talented, has a fantastic skill set, and of course he's still very, very young, just 23 years old, and not long-term 23 either. And this is a midfielder that Barcelona have been watching now since his time back in France with Lyon, and it's believed that Barcelona, before he moved to Tottenham, actually made a number of inquiries over his signing before he eventually did sign for Tottenham last summer for 60 million euros. So quite clearly there, Tottenham with a big outlay to sign Ndombele, but despite breaking their club record at the time to sign the Frenchman, he could be on the market this summer, according to several reports, after failing really to establish himself in the Premier League during his debut season. Because you look at Ndombele's campaign, he never really got going under Pochettino. He had injury problems at the start of his Tottenham career, and he never really got into the team at the start of the campaign. Then under Mourinho, didn't really get any better. He probably played more games, he was probably in the team a bit more often, but many a time there, he was hauled off at half-time, he was taken off, he didn't make the matchday squad, with Jose Mourinho publicly calling out on Ndombele on several occasions after doubts emerged there over the Frenchman's fitness. And if anything, those fitness issues were very much highlighted by the fact that earlier on this week, Mourinho actually broke the lockdown rules over here in the UK just a few days ago after he and Ndombele were photographed, as you can see here, appearing to train in a local park, which was pretty surprising to everybody involved, including Ndombele, who apparently on that very morning received a call from Jose Mourinho, who basically said to him, "Come down, we're going for a run." And it seemed as though Ndombele wasn't exactly in the position to say no. But it does beg the question there, looking further into that, if Mourinho really did want Ndombele out of the club, if that was a player there that clearly he wanted gone, he was a lost cause, would he really be going through individual training drills in the middle of a crisis? I don't think so. I think Mourinho still feels here like he can get more out of this man, and there's certainly more to come in the Premier League from Ndombele. L'Équipe, however, have a different opinion entirely, because they say that after Ndombele's struggles in his debut campaign, he's already told his entourage that he doesn't intend on staying at Tottenham for a second season. He wants to leave, unless things improve very soon. And the French outlet go on to say that Ndombele has been firmly made aware of the interest from Barcelona, and that may or may not be a reason behind his decision. And I think, to be honest, I do believe there's interest from Barcelona in Ndombele. That's my personal opinion there, that we do certainly want to try and go after this guy, because it's happened before. We did track him at Lyon, and I think, to be honest, they're going to be very attentive there to his situation at Tottenham, his relationship with Jose Mourinho, and I think the Barcelona board there look at Ndombele and it's the perfect kind of player for them. It's the perfect sort of profile for what they want in our midfield. He's somebody who can play, but he also has that physical profile that the Barcelona board continually seem to go after. And of course, he's also French, which is another road that we continually go down, particularly there with Eric Abidal at the helm and leading all the negotiations. So I think certainly there it is a rumour that we should take seriously. There's a reason why it continues to crop up. And once again though, you are looking at this deal thinking, okay, if Tottenham do let him go in the summer, it is going to be for nothing less than what they paid for him. It's going to be 60 million euros. And you're looking at it there with the players that have been linked to Barcelona. Are we going to have that money to spend? Are we going to be able there to go for a midfielder? Probably a position there that we don't necessarily need to go and spend that money on. Are we going to do it? I'm not so sure for me. But hey, with the Barca board, who even knows? Sport, however, have chosen to go in a completely different direction on the transfer front, with Nelson Semedo and Joao Cancelo dominating their front page there, complete with the headline, "Swap in sight." There's reports there coming out of Sport and several other sources too, circulating that Barcelona and Man City could be doing business this summer by exchanging their Portuguese right-backs, which is another rumour here that I really do want to have a good look at, because I think certainly there's been many debates between Barcelona fans, between Man City fans, on whether or not each of them would be happy with this deal. And that's my first question. Would we accept this swap deal here, Semedo out, Joao Cancelo in? Because look, you look at Semedo, he certainly didn't flourish under Ernesto Valverde. I think certainly under Valverde, he played within himself. There was so much more that we should have seen from him. But I think under Setien, he has undoubtedly shown signs of improvement. And you do wonder, as time goes on, with more and more games, more confidence, how much more can we get out of Semedo? And then you look at Cancelo, a player there that could be brought in a replacement for Semedo. Is he a player there that would be an upgrade on him? Because he's a player that we know well from his time in La Liga with Valencia. We were actually linked with him then before he moved to Juventus. The links continued certainly right throughout Cancelo's career. Barcelona have been linked with him. And I think in Serie A, he did play his best football. He was very, very impressive at Juventus, which of course prompted Man City to pay a big fee to bring him in. But he simply hasn't got going under Pep Guardiola in the Premier League. I don't think really he suits the Premier League in terms of the physicality. And you've got to bear in mind though, it is only his first season. But right now, Semedo and Cancelo, for me, they seem like two completely different fullbacks. Because you look at Semedo, the argument has always been he's good defensively, but going forward, that attacking output, he doesn't do enough. That's been the criticism of Nelson Semedo, that he doesn't do enough in the final third. Whereas with Cancelo, he's one of the most attack-minded fullbacks around, always bombing forward, always looking to go forward and get into the final third and play those passes and create some chances. And he's a very, very good player going forward, but on the flip side of that, I think he's a very, very poor player defensively. And that's where the questions come, because that's certainly the debate. Of course, we want a fullback who can dominate the right side. In an ideal world, in a perfect scenario, we want somebody there who can go forward, who can attack, but also who can defend as well. And that's why simply, it's not really known which side of the coin you'd rather be on, with Semedo, with Cancelo. And either way, with that said, should we take this rumour seriously? Because I think there's certainly no coincidence here that the agent of both of these Portuguese players is none other than super agent Jorge Mendes. And as you well know, when these kind of rumours come out surrounding Mendes' clients, there's always some sort of ulterior motive. There's always some sort of plot behind these rumours. They're out there for a reason. Let's just put that out there now. Because you think back to January with Bruno Fernandes, when he was linked to Barcelona, when they dangled that just in front of Man United that Barcelona were interested, and suddenly then the deal got done between Sporting and United. With Mendes' clients, there's always something going on. And I think right now, it may be a case of trying to put Cancelo's name out there once again in the football world, link him somewhere like Barcelona. And with Semedo, there may be a bit of pressure being applied there just to get him that new contract that reportedly is going to be on the table soon. And MD do go down that road. They say there that despite Barcelona tracking Cancelo for some time now, and they do admire Cancelo as a fullback, they do believe though that Semedo will remain at the club this summer, and indeed that contract, which currently expires in 2022, that is going to be renewed. And the final topic for discussion comes, of course, in the shape of Philippe Coutinho, and it's very interesting this week because his agent there, Joao, spoke to Sky Sports News to shed some serious light on his client's future, and I think right now this is the most definitive update we've had on the Coutinho situation, because he said right now, of course, the focus is not on transfers, given everything that's going on in the world right now. Nothing at all is being talked about. But when he was asked about whether Coutinho could return to the Premier League this summer, Kia gave a very interesting answer indeed. He said, after the Champions League game that we played in England earlier this season against Tottenham, we had a long chat about it all. He said the Premier League is somewhere Coutinho has always enjoyed playing, he loved it there, and he would probably love to come back and play in it again. He said the question will be, in the summer, exactly what the financial conditions of the clubs are going to be, including Barcelona's. At the end of this pandemic, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And I think there with Coutinho, we've said it several times now, but I think we can almost guarantee it. Right now, the Premier League, it seems as though that will be his destination. He is going to go this summer to the Premier League. There's no denying that. And when you listen there to his agent, once again, there's never any suggestion that a return to Barcelona could be on the cards. Never even is there one mention of possibly returning, possibly there having a second go at it at Barcelona. And I think right now, there's no chance. I wouldn't even be surprised that Coutinho has already been told that he will not have that chance at Barcelona and that he will be moved on this summer, because whenever it's mentioned, whenever there's talks about Coutinho, it's never even on the cards that he could stay. And I think the Premier League would be the ideal destination for Coutinho. He clearly would be open to returning there, and also for Barcelona, for that financial gain. So that there, guys, was the extended news roundup today. Let me know your thoughts on how you thought the new format worked. Of course, looking there at the news, at the rumours, breaking them down, but also there giving some opinion in the process. What do you think, though? That's the big question here too. What do you think there about our interest in Tanguy Ndombele? What do you think between the rumoured swap deal between Man City and Barça for Cancelo and Semedo? And what do you think there about Coutinho, who pretty much is already looking at that exit door? Let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.